Let's be sincere with ourselves. Does Chelsea really deserve to win the match yesterday against Bayern Munich? Because as for me, we didn't even deserve to win that game yesterday, because how can you start that kind of lineup against a team like Bayern Munich? Even the build-up yesterday was totally poor. We could not even do a proper build-up. We were just shooting the ball to Joao Pedro. That is how Chelsea continued to lose possession till the match finally ended. I said this before, that I'm not afraid of facing any big team, but I'm afraid of Chelsea's lineup, because Enzo Maresca can make the wrong starting 11. He can decide to choose the wrong player for that match, which just happened yesterday. Gusto was not supposed to play the match against Bayern Munich. Tosi was not supposed to play the match against Bayern Munich. And Pedro Neto performance was totally poor yesterday. Now, just a reminder, Chelsea are in form. Chelsea are capable of challenging for the title, especially the Premier League and Champions League. But due to the fact that Enzo Maresca is very stubborn, we are going to lose a lot of matches, and Chelsea still have a long way to go, except Enzo Maresca solve this problem immediately. Now, one of the problems that Chelsea is having now is a central defender. I know that the sporting director refused to buy a central defender at Chelsea at the dying minute. But what about Josh Ashipong? What about Joreato? These two people are central defender. Okay, let's forget about Joreato. What about Josh Ashipong? Ashipong done wrong to be sitting on the bench for close to 3 matches now, if I'm not mistaken. Let me remind you, I wish we started Tosi against Crystal Palace. Chelsea would have lost that match. Now, this is how the match went against Crystal Palace. They tried following Rich James' angle. They could not succeed. They tried following Cucurella's angle. They could not succeed. They still tried to follow our weakest link, which is Josh Ashipong's area. They still could not succeed. Why? Because Josh Ashipong stood his ground. Despite the fact that Josh Ashipong was one of our weakest defender in that match against Crystal Palace, he still held down Mateta. He didn't let his size or strength to determine his performance. In fact, Mateta could not even do any damage to Chelsea defense just because Josh Ashipong locked in. And we have played Tosi for 4 of our matches now, and Chelsea have conceded goals in all those matches we played with Tosi. Tosi is just like he's a defender, but he's a defender that is like a basket. He cannot even defend properly. He's huge. Can't make use of his height. He can't even make use of his long leg. He can't even slide. Can you be a proper defender if you can't slide? Just look at the first goal yesterday. The ball was going straight to Tosi. Just do your simple work. Clear the ball out. Simple as that. But you still let the ball to slip past you, and Chalobah end up scoring an own goal. I won't blame Chalobah for scoring that own goal, because it happens. That is due to pressure. Bayern have been pressing us right from the very first start. So scoring an own goal is inevitable. Now, Chelsea fans, let me just make this clear to you guys. Chelsea still have a long way to go. We are not there yet. If we keep on pairing Chalobah and Tosi, then we are going to concede a lot of goals. Maresca need to find a solution to that central defense ASAP. Now, Chelsea fans, just raising this. Do you think Tosi can hold Bryan Mbeumo? Just for example, Bryan Mbeumo decide to shift to the middle. Do you think he can hold Mbeumo, or can even hold Sesko? That is what I've been saying since. Tosi could not hold Brentford striker. Tosi was shaking. They expect Tosi to hold someone like Harry Kane. How is that possible? Now, in this match that we played against Bayern Munich yesterday, despite the fact that the ref was blowing rubbish, we were still the cause of our problem. Now, the lineup was good, but Enzo Maresca starts the wrong players. Gusto was not supposed to play that match yesterday. Tosi was not supposed to play the match. Esteva Williams supposed to be straight to the starting level yesterday. And I think that is the reason why Joao Pedro was struggling throughout the match. Joao Pedro was totally lost because there was nobody supporting him. We clearly need a 1v1 player in that first half, because Gusto that we put in the wing was absolutely useless. I said this before. Gusto's best match was against PSG. Apart from PSG, throughout this season, Gusto have been totally poor. But despite my complaint, Enzo Maresca is still going to start Malo Gusto ahead of Rich James when we are facing Manchester United on Saturday. And one of the players that needs to rest is Enzo Fernandez. Like I said before, I only see Moises Caicedo in the midfield because I don't know what Enzo Fernandez contributes to that midfield. He doesn't bring out troopers. He is not even creative anymore. He can't even run. He can't even properly run back to defend. He doesn't even have the speed. And you can clearly see that yesterday. Now, there will be some times when our key player will have a bad game, which was Moises Caicedo game yesterday. against Bayern Munich, I won't blame Moises Caicedo because it happens sometimes. But that is why Enzo Fernandez is with Moises Caicedo in that midfield. When Moises Caicedo is playing, Enzo Fernandez needs to support Caicedo. But what happened yesterday? Caicedo was lost. Same with Enzo Fernandez. This is why Bayern Munich dominated Chelsea throughout. Chelsea could not even do a simple build-up. Then you expect Chelsea to equalize in the second half. That is not possible. And one thing that gets me upset with Enzo Maresca, you already see that Enzo Fernandez is not playing very well. Why don't you bench him in the first half and put Andre Santos? You already see that Malo Gusto is not playing any better. Why don't you remove Malo Gusto and put Estevao Williams? You already see that Pedro Neto is not playing very well. Why don't you bench Pedro Neto? Why don't you put Rich James in his normal position? Or why can't you remove Tosi? Since Tosi have already considered the first goal. And the funniest part, Tosi still conceded another goal again, despite the fact that it was a defensive error. Seriously, to be sincere, Chelsea still have a very long way to go this season. If Enzo Maresca is relying on Travis Chalobah and Tosi as his central defense of the season, then we are going to get knocked out of the Champions League because we are not going to pass to the next stage. We are not even going to qualify for the Premier League this season if we are relying on Tosi and Chalobah alone. When we have players like Wesley Fofana and Josh Ashipong in that role, there are don't see any reason why Enzo Maresca keeps on playing Tosi. Now, personally for me, I believe that Enzo Maresca have learned from his mistakes not to trust some certain players, especially Malo Gusto and Tosi. Because if I still see Tosi in our lineup against Manchester United on Saturday, then I know that Chelsea are still going to be worse this season. But despite that, let's just hope for the best and be positive. This is our first Premier League game for the first time since last 2 seasons. And besides, we still have more Champions League games to play. We still have Benfica, Ajax, Napoli and PAOK. So there's a lot of improvement and there's a lot of 3 points to get in those matches. So Chelsea fans, what is your thoughts on our match against Bayern Munich? What do you think the players should improve? I mean, what do you think the coach should improve? What should be our solution against next match? Which player do you think it deserves to be on the bench 247? Because there are many players in that starting 11 that needs to be in that bench for close to 5 matches. There are some players that don't even need to start for Chelsea at this moment. So Chelsea fans, drop your opinion in the comment section. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more Chelsea updates. See you on my next video.